The blackness of space stretched endlessly before the bridge of the Aurora's Pride. A human exploration vessel newly returned from the far reaches of the Orion expanse. The stars shimmered like distant diamonds scattered across an infinite canvas. Despite the beauty outside, tension gripped every member aboard. The Council, the most powerful interstellar alliance in known space, had declared that humanity no longer existed. Entire star systems, their people, and their technology were believed gone forever. Yet here they were, humans, alive and very much present. Captain Elena Voss stood at the center of the bridge, her hands resting lightly on the console. Her eyes, sharp and determined, scanned the array of holographic displays floating in the air. She was calm, but inside she felt the weight of the Council's claim pressing on her chest like a gravity well. Every human aboard felt it. Every ally they had left or could find was counting on them to prove the Council wrong. To survive. To fight if necessary. "Bridge status report," she said, her voice steady but commanding. Lieutenant Ryan Cale, a human born among the stars, turned to face her. His fingers danced across a holographic keypad, pulling up data streams from every sensor. "All systems are nominal, Captain. Communications channels remain silent. It seems the Council has not detected our presence. Yet." Elena's lips pressed into a thin line. That silence could be both a blessing and a danger. Humans had learned the hard way that silence in space was never just silence. It could be a trap. It could be fear. Or it could be the calm before a storm of unimaginable scale. From the observation deck, Navigator Lyra Chen pointed toward a faint glimmer on the edge of the sensor map. "Captain, I'm picking up something unusual. Signal pattern, non-standard. Not from any known human or Council source. It's almost like it's speaking." "Speaking?" Elena's eyebrows rose. "In what sense?" Lyra hesitated. "I don't know yet. The pattern is too complex for us to decipher immediately. But it repeats in a sequence, almost like it's waiting for a reply." A hush fell over the bridge. This was not routine. Humans had faced countless threats, from rogue AI to alien predators, but an unexpected signal with intelligence behind it, one that seemed aware of their presence, was something else entirely. "Patch it through to the translation interface," Elena ordered. "Let's hear what it's trying to say." The soft hum of machinery filled the room as the ship's AI, Vera, activated. Its voice, calm and neutral, broke the silence. "Signal detected. Attempting to decode. Decoding in progress. Decoding complete." The bridge fell completely silent. Then in a crisp, clear tone, the message came through. "Incorrect." The words were simple, but their impact was anything but. Elena froze. She exchanged glances with Ryan and Lyra. No one moved for a moment, as if the universe itself had paused. The Council had claimed humanity was gone. Entire generations had believed humans vanished into legend. Whispers of ancient stories passed among alien civilizations. And yet here, in the cold void of space, a single, precise voice, unmistakably intelligent, announced otherwise. Elena's fingers tightened on the console. "Repeat that," she demanded. "Incorrect," the voice replied again, steady and confident, almost amused. "You are wrong. Humanity persists." A murmur spread among the crew. Some whispered in disbelief. Others laughed softly, nervous and incredulous. But Elena knew, she knew this was real. The voice was not a hallucination. It was deliberate, and it was meant for them. "Vera," Elena said, her voice firm. "Trace the source. Where is it coming from?" The AI's interface flickered with streams of data. "Signal origin located. Coordinates provided. Distance. Approximately 4.7 light-years in the Alpha Reticulum sector. Source classification unknown. Energy signature consistent with advanced technology, possibly autonomous." Lyra leaned closer to the navigation console, her eyes wide. That's within the old human exploration zone, the one the Council claimed we abandoned decades ago." Elena's mind raced. The Council had every reason to declare humans gone. They had feared their resurgence, feared what humans could accomplish if left unchecked. But this signal, it was a reminder. Humanity was not extinct, not vanished. And perhaps, just perhaps, there were other humans out there waiting, hidden, ready to reclaim their place in the galaxy. "Set a course," Elena commanded, her voice firm with resolve. "We're going to find the source. Full speed." As the Aurora's Pride adjusted its trajectory, the crew could feel a subtle shift in the ship's energy. Hope, determination, fear, but also courage. Humans had survived worse. They had rebuilt after extinction-level wars, traversed galaxies in fragile vessels, and faced enemies who thought them weak. And yet every time, humanity had proven itself stronger, smarter, and more resourceful than any foe anticipated. Hours later, as the stars stretched into long streaks through the viewport, Lieutenant Kale approached Elena quietly. "Captain, what if it's a trap? What if the Council or someone else set this signal to lure us into an ambush?" Elena shook her head, a faint smile forming despite the tension. "Then we'll survive it just like we always have. The Council thinks they understand humanity. They think they can predict us, control us, or erase us. They are wrong. Again." Meanwhile, in the dark corners of the ship's communications room, Communications Officer Jaratal noticed something else. A secondary signal layered beneath the first. It was faint, almost imperceptible, but it pulsed in a rhythmic pattern. Her fingers flew across the console. "Captain, I think there's more. Another signal, hidden, almost like it's embedded in the first one. Something doesn't want us to see it too soon." Elena frowned, tension coiling like a spring in her chest. "Bring it up on the main display," she said. Slowly, the patterns resolved into shapes, symbols, mathematical constructs, sequences of light and sound that seemed to defy ordinary understanding. Yet, when Elena studied them, she noticed something remarkable. The underlying signal followed patterns consistent with human cognition. Logic, curiosity, creativity, humor even. Whoever or whatever sent this signal, it had human traits. A quiet determination filled the bridge. Humans had been underestimated for centuries, dismissed as primitive, fragile, or obsolete. And now, once again, the universe was about to witness the truth. Humanity could not be counted out. Suddenly, the ship's AI alerted the crew to an approaching vessel. "Object detected. Class unknown. Velocity intercepting trajectory. Distance 120,000 kilometers. No identification signal detected." Elena straightened. "Prepare for contact," she ordered. "Shields online. Defensive systems ready and signal response ready." The crew worked in synchrony, the culmination of decades of training, adaptation, and survival. Every human on that ship knew the stakes. They were not just proving their existence. They were asserting it against the Council, against fear, against every alien power that had ever doubted humanity. As the unknown ship drew closer, a sudden voice echoed through the bridge speakers, familiar, yet amplified in a way that made the hairs on the back of Elena's neck stand on end. "Welcome home," it said. The tone carried warmth, authority, and unmistakable intelligence. "We have been waiting." Elena exchanged a glance with Kale and Lyra. For a heartbeat, the void of space seemed to shrink. Hope filled the chamber, mixing with adrenaline, with curiosity, with the spark of human defiance that no council could extinguish. The human crew of the Aurora's Pride were no longer lost. The Council had been wrong. Humanity was here, and whatever or whoever was out there waiting for them. It was about to witness what humans could do when pushed to the edge of extinction and beyond. Elena took a deep breath, her hand hovering over the communication console. "Respond," she said softly but with iron resolve. "Tell them we are human, and we are not gone." The bridge held its breath. The stars shimmered endless and infinite, and somewhere beyond the edge of known space, humanity's voice would once again make itself known. The Aurora's Pride glided through the inky void, engines humming softly as the unknown vessel ahead matched its trajectory. The closer they came, the more the ship revealed itself, not in threatening angles or military design, but in smooth curves and intricate patterns, almost organic in appearance. Its hull shimmered faintly, reflecting distant starlight like liquid metal. It was unlike anything the humans had seen before, yet its movements conveyed intelligence, precision, and restraint. Captain Elena Voss stood at the bridge, her eyes fixed on the unknown craft. "No weapons visible," she noted. "Still, everyone remain on high alert. We don't know what we're dealing with." Navigator Lyra Chen adjusted the ship's course to maintain a safe distance. "It's almost like it's waiting for us to initiate communication," she said, voice tinged with awe. "Every movement seems deliberate, almost patient." Lieutenant Rian Kale leaned over a console, scanning the vessel's energy signatures. "It doesn't match anything in the Council archives. Whoever or whatever built this has technology far beyond anything we've cataloged. The crew shared a silent understanding. This was no ordinary encounter. And humans, as they had always done when facing the unknown, were ready to adapt, learn, and prove themselves. The bridge fell silent as the voice returned. Calm, deliberate, and unmistakably human in cadence. "Do not be afraid," it said. "We are your kin." A collective gasp escaped from the crew. Humans. Kin. After decades of being declared extinct, the Aurora's pride had stumbled upon a hidden enclave of humanity, preserved and evolved in secret. The Council's claim of humanity's disappearance had been, as the signal said, incorrect. Elena straightened. "Prepare a communication feed. Identify ourselves and request permission to dock, or to approach safely." The crew moved efficiently, their actions fluid and precise. Years of training, experience, and necessity had honed them into a unit that could handle anything. They were humans, and in moments like this, humans excelled where others hesitated. "Transmitting now," Jaratal, the communications officer, said. She initiated a holographic projection from the main console. The feed pulsed with energy, forming a semi-transparent window that reached toward the unknown vessel. "We are the crew of the human exploration vessel Aurora's Pride. We are alive. We are human, and we wish to make contact." For a moment, silence followed. Then slowly, the projection shimmered and a figure appeared. It was human, yes, but unlike any human the crew had ever seen. Clad in a smooth silver suit with faint circuits visible beneath its surface, the figure seemed both familiar and otherworldly. Its eyes, deep and intelligent, scanned the crew. "I am Callan," the figure said, voice calm and steady. "We have awaited your arrival for many cycles. You are the first to respond to the signal in decades." Elena took a careful step forward. "Callan, we were told humanity was gone, that no human survived. Who are you? Where is everyone else?" Cullen's gaze softened. "Humanity endured, but not in the way the Council expected. Many of our ancestors foresaw the threats that would come, not just from the Council, but from other civilizations who would exploit or destroy us if they discovered our presence. We retreated. We adapted. We evolved in secret, hidden across systems the Council never monitored. We are the remnants, the hidden haven, preserving what the galaxy believes lost." The crew listened in awe. Each word reinforced the HFY truth. Humans were clever, resourceful, and unyielding. Even when declared extinct, they had survived, grown, and thrived in ways no one else anticipated. "Why reveal yourselves now?" Elena asked. "Why send the signal?" Callan's gaze grew sharp. "Because the Council is mistaken in more ways than one. Their belief that humanity is gone has emboldened their actions. They have grown arrogant, careless, and their reach is spreading too far, too fast. The galaxy is unbalanced. It is time for humanity to be remembered, not just as survivors, but as guardians of balance, intelligence, and innovation." Lyra exchanged a glance with Ryan. "Guardians?" she whispered. "It sounds monumental. Too much for just one ship." Callan seemed to sense their thoughts. "It is not one ship alone that will act. It is all of humanity, hidden and prepared, now ready to emerge. Your arrival is the first step. You will help us connect the enclaves. You will remind the galaxy that humans endure." A low hum vibrated through the Aurora's Pride as the unknown vessel adjusted its position. A ramp extended, bathed in soft light, reaching out like an invitation. Elena swallowed, her heart pounding. "Understood," she said. "We'll cooperate. We'll help, but we need to understand how humanity survived in secret." "What has changed?" Callan gestured toward a series of holographic displays that appeared within the unknown vessel. Images of cities suspended within artificial atmospheres, sprawling underground complexes shielded from detection, and humans living in harmony with technology filled the projection. Humans had adapted to environments ranging from icy moons to desert planets, learning to survive, thrive, and innovate in ways that no other civilization had imagined. "Humanity's ingenuity is limitless," Callan explained. "We learned to harness energy differently, to communicate silently across light years, to live sustainably where others would perish. Our science, our creativity, and our adaptability have allowed us to flourish, hidden yet potent." Elena felt a surge of pride swell within her. Humans were not just survivors, they were extraordinary. And now, with hidden enclaves revealing themselves, the universe had no choice but to recognize it. Suddenly, A warning tone sounded on the Aurora's Pride. Sensors detected multiple Council vessels approaching at high speed. Their identification signals were clear, aggressive, and unmistakable. "They found us," Ryan said, voice tight with urgency. "The Council knows you're here, Callan." Callan's expression remained calm, almost serene. "Then our time to remain hidden is over. We act now, not as scattered survivors but as a united humanity. Your arrival signals the beginning of our return." The crew of the Aurora's Pride readied themselves. Shields powered up, defensive drones activated. Every system on the vessel thrummed with anticipation. Humans were about to prove themselves once again, against the Council, against those who doubted them, and against the galaxy that had written them off. Elena took a deep breath and looked at her crew. "Remember, we are human. We endure, we adapt, and we fight with intelligence, courage, and strategy. Nothing the Council believes about us is true. Let's show them why." The unknown vessel began to shift, positioning itself between the Aurora's Pride and the incoming Council ships. Light pulsed along its hull, and waves of energy cascaded outward, creating a protective barrier. Colin's voice came through the communication feed, calm and commanding. "Humanity is not gone. We are here. We are aware, and we will not be erased." The first Council ship appeared on the horizon, weapons ready, scanning for threats. But it found none, not in the way it expected. Instead, it encountered a force of intelligence, preparation, and unity that humans had perfected over centuries. Elena felt a thrill of anticipation. This was the moment HFY stories were made of. Humans, underestimated again, now standing tall against impossible odds. The Council had declared them extinct, but humans, ever adaptive, ever clever, had a plan of their own. "Brace for engagement," Elena ordered. "But remember, we strike with precision, not recklessness. Humanity survives because we think ahead, we learn fast, and we never surrender." The Council ships moved closer, underestimating the humans and the unknown vessel's capabilities. But as the Aurora's Pride approached the hidden human enclave, they realized quickly that the humans' survival, intelligence, and strategic foresight were far beyond anything they had imagined. The bridge of the Aurora's Pride pulsed with energy, determination, and anticipation. Humanity was no longer lost. Humanity was awakening, and the galaxy would soon remember why humans were never to be underestimated. Elena's hand hovered over the communication console. "Prepare a message," she said, voice steady. "Tell the Council we are human. We are not gone, and we will not be ignored." The stars outside seemed to shimmer brighter, as if the universe itself acknowledged the return of humanity. Somewhere beyond known space, humans were no longer whispers of legend. They were a force that would shape the future. And for the first time in decades, humans were ready to take their place in the galaxy. Openly, boldly, and undeniably, the hidden haven of humanity awaited them, and with it, a promise that the Council had underestimated the human spirit, the human mind, and the human will. Humanity had endured, humanity had survived, and now humanity would rise. The Aurora's Pride followed the shimmering trail of light that led toward the hidden human enclave. The unknown vessel, sleek and glowing like a living creature, guided them with perfect precision. Elena Voss stood at the bridge, feeling the hum of the engines and the subtle pulse of energy from the alien-like craft beneath them. Each passing moment brought them closer to what humans had long believed was lost. A sanctuary of their own kind, advanced and thriving in secrecy. "Captain," Navigator Lyra Chen said, pointing to the readings on her console, "we're entering a gravitational corridor. It's like a tunnel of light, natural yet artificially enhanced. It will take us directly to the Enclave, but it's unlike anything we've ever traversed." Elena nodded, eyes narrowing. "Take it slow, Lyra. We're guests here, and we don't yet know what to expect." The vessel's interior glowed faintly as the Aurora's Pride slipped into the corridor. The walls shimmered with energy fields, bending light and creating illusions of infinite tunnels. Every crew member stared in awe, knowing that humans who had survived in secrecy were capable of engineering marvels beyond imagination. Callan's voice, calm and commanding, filled the communication channel. "You are entering the core of our network. It is designed to protect, conceal, and connect all human enclaves. It is more than a fortress, it is a living system built by humans for humans. The crew watched holographic projections unfold along the corridor's walls. Cities suspended in zero gravity, vast forests enclosed under artificial domes, underwater colonies glowing with life, and entire moons converted into thriving settlements, all displayed in intricate detail. Each enclave was connected through energy conduits that allowed instantaneous communication and travel. Humans had not only survived, they had thrived. Lieutenant Ryan Cale broke the silence. This is incredible. Humans have been here all along, developing technology the Council would never imagine. We were right to survive. Elena's hand rested on the console. Right, but surviving is one thing. We need to know why they remained hidden and how they plan to respond to the Council's presence now. Callan's voice, calm yet firm, explained. The Council assumed humanity was extinct. They took control of the systems humanity once explored, claiming the stars as theirs. We remained hidden to rebuild, to prepare. The galaxy was not ready for humanity's return. But now your presence signals change. We cannot remain invisible any longer. The Council's arrogance will not go unchallenged. The Aurora's pride emerged from the corridor into a massive central chamber suspended in space. The chamber was a wonder. A sphere of translucent material floating amidst the stars, filled with multiple levels of habitat, laboratories, and observation decks. Humans moved effortlessly along magnetic pathways, some floating in zero gravity, others interacting with holographic controls that managed entire planetary systems from a single interface. Welcome, Callan said. This is the heart of the hidden network. Here, all humans who survive the Council's campaigns are connected. Every enclave, every survivor, every human innovation passes through this hub. And now you are part of it. Elena felt awe, admiration, and responsibility all at once. We are honored, she said. But we must act quickly. The Council knows something is happening. Their fleets are advancing. Callan nodded. Then we have little time. Humanity has prepared defenses, strategies, and contingencies for this day. You will be integrated into our command network. Your experience, your perspective, will guide us in making the first move. The crew was led through corridors that seemed alive, their walls pulsing softly with light and energy. Humans from countless worlds greeted them, not with fear or suspicion, but with recognition. They shared the same features, the same resilience, the same spark that had allowed their ancestors to survive against impossible odds. Ryan Cale whispered to Lyra, I never imagined humans could survive this well. Entire generations hidden yet fully operational, advanced and united, Lyra nodded. And now we get to be part of it. We're not just survivors anymore. We're participants in humanity's return. Callan guided them to the strategy chamber. The room was vast, filled with a holographic map of the known galaxy. Light beams traced lines between star systems, highlighting human enclaves, Council-controlled territories, and neutral systems. The map pulsed as data streamed in from every corner of human space. Elena studied the display. So the Council doesn't just underestimate us, they don't know we exist at all. They've been playing with a false assumption, believing we're gone. Callan's gaze was unwavering. Exactly. And that gives us an advantage. But we cannot rely on surprise alone. The Council is vast, powerful, and relentless. We must combine strategy, innovation, and precision to remind the galaxy of humanity's strength. One of the humans in the chamber, a scientist named Mara Lynn, spoke up. Captain Voss, your arrival triggered the signal. We have been waiting for a human from the surface colonies to bridge the hidden network with the known galaxy. You and your crew will help us coordinate actions across all enclaves. We cannot act alone, Elena nodded. We are ready. Tell us what we need to do. Callan gestured to the map. The Council fleet approaching your location is the first challenge. They are unaware of our presence, but they will investigate, scan, and attempt to capture or destroy. We must distract them, delay them, and if necessary, neutralize them without revealing the full strength of our hidden network. Lyra leaned forward. How do we distract a fleet without being destroyed? These ships are advanced and armed, Callan smiled faintly. Humans have survived by using ingenuity over force. We will use stealth, misdirection, and precision strikes. Your crew aboard the Aurora's Pride will lead the Council into a trap, a controlled engagement designed to showcase our capabilities while keeping the network safe. Elena's expression hardened with determination. Understood. We've faced threats before. We've survived against all odds. The Council underestimated humans once, and they will regret underestimating us again. Callan's holographic form nodded. Good. The network will provide you with resources, intelligence, and backup. You will not act alone. Every human enclave is prepared to respond when the time comes. But the initial encounter must be controlled. If the Council discovers the full extent of our presence too early, they may act recklessly. We cannot allow that. The crew of the Aurora's Pride prepared themselves. Engineers modified systems to integrate with the network. Analysts absorbed intelligence on Council tactics, and strategists began simulating potential scenarios. Humans were learning from humans. Old experience combined with advanced innovation, and the synergy was undeniable. Hours passed, and the Council fleet drew closer. Through the strategic displays, the humans could see their enemy. Sleek, angular warships moving with disciplined precision, expecting no resistance beyond their own calculations. The Council's confidence was palpable, and that overconfidence would become their weakness. Elena turned to her crew. Remember, we are not just fighting for survival. We are showing the galaxy who humans are. Intelligence, courage, adaptability, and unity. The Council declared us gone, but they were wrong. We will make them understand that humanity cannot be erased. The network pulsed in response, almost as if agreeing. Energy flowed through the room, connecting every enclave, every system, and every human prepared to act. This was more than a battle, it was a statement. Humanity had endured, hidden yet vigilant, and now it was ready to emerge in full force. Callan's voice returned. Your mission is critical. Lead the engagement, delay the Council, and buy us time to mobilize. Use creativity. Use strategy. Above all, survive. Humanity relies on you, Elena nodded. We will. Humanity survives. Humanity prevails. The crew of the Aurora's Pride felt a surge of unity, courage, and purpose. They had been explorers, survivors, and diplomats, but now they were warriors of strategy and intellect. The stars outside the enclosure shimmered with possibility. The hidden network of humanity waited, ready to awaken. And beyond the walls of the chamber, the galaxy began to stir. The Council had been wrong. The Council had been overconfident, and the Council was about to learn a lesson that would echo across star systems. Humans were back, and they were unstoppable when united. The Aurora's Pride floated silently at the edge of the hidden human enclave, its sensors scanning the Council fleet that had been drawn into the diversion. The Council commander still believed they were dealing with a minor anomaly, unaware that a hidden human network of unprecedented scale waited beyond their sensors. Every light pulse, every movement was calculated. Human intelligence was about to prove its strength once again. Captain Elena Voss stood at the bridge, her gaze steady and sharp. Around her, the crew moved with precision, following the protocols and strategies devised with the guidance of Callan and the hidden enclaves. Captain, Lieutenant Ryan Cale said, scanning the Council fleet's patterns. They're still attempting to recalibrate. They're trying to identify us, but the decoys and the energy interference are working perfectly. They can't tell which ships are real. Elena nodded. Good, that confusion buys us time. But time is not infinite. Every second counts. Prepare for Phase 2, our first engagement. Navigator Lyra Chen tapped a holographic display, showing the planned trajectory of the Aurora's Pride. We move through the corridor they expect, but instead of a head-on confrontation, we'll lead them into a controlled trap. Hidden human drones and stealth vessels are positioned at every angle. Their calculations won't account for this. Callan's voice came through the communications channel, calm and commanding. Remember, humans survive not by brute force but by intelligence. Every step you take should be deliberate. Use misdirection, precision, and timing. The Council is confident, but confidence is fragile. Elena took a deep breath. Understood. Let's remind them why humans endure. The crew of the Aurora's Pride deployed stealth drones first. Each drone projected multiple holographic decoys, creating an illusion of dozens of human ships moving in all directions. Council sensors scrambled to differentiate real ships from illusions, firing blindly at holograms while the Aurora's Pride navigated through the corridor, invisible and undetected. Ryan Cale allowed himself a small smile. They're falling into the trap. Every shot they take is wasted energy. Elena's eyes narrowed. Good, keep them distracted. Keep them guessing. The next phase is critical. Meanwhile, the hidden human network mobilized. Vessels from distant enclaves began aligning with the Aurora's Pride's path. Energy shields, cloaked transport routes, and hidden strategic points came online, all synchronized perfectly. The Council fleet had no idea that they were about to encounter the full force of humanity's ingenuity without realizing it. Lyra pointed at the sensor map. "Captain, the Council fleet is converging on the corridor, focusing on the decoys. Their formation is becoming predictable. We can use this." Elena nodded. "Prepare the energy nets. Deploy them at their expected trajectory points. They won't see them until it's too late." The Aurora's Pride moved forward, leading the Council ships along a path carefully calculated by the human network. Energy nets, invisible to the enemy's sensors, unfurled across the corridor like shimmering barriers of light. One by one, Council vessels became entangled, their engines and thrusters disabled without a single shot hitting the Aurora's Pride. "Impressive," Kyle said, astonished. "They can't even maneuver." Callan's holographic form appeared on the bridge. "This is the advantage of intelligence over assumption. The Council calculated only based on their knowledge, not on what humans are capable of when prepared. Every Council officer underestimated our ingenuity, and that mistake will cost them time. Time humans always use wisely." Elena's hand hovered over the communication console. "Prepare a message for them. Clear, precise, and undeniable. Humanity exists. Humanity endures. And humanity adapts." The message transmitted across Council channels, interrupting their systems with a holographic display of the human network, showing the interconnected enclaves, the hidden vessels, and the energy grids controlling the corridor. Every officer aboard the Council fleet could see in real time the scale and sophistication of human survival. Chaos spread among the Council commanders. Confusion turned into alarm as they realized that they were not facing a single ship, but an entire coordinated network of humans, intelligent, resourceful, and completely underestimated. "Impossible," one Council officer whispered. "They should be extinct. Every record says they're gone." Back on the Aurora's Pride, Elena's eyes glimmered with determination. "They'll learn soon enough. Humans survive because we are clever, adaptable, and united. This is what the Council never expected." Lyra Chen adjusted the navigation controls, guiding the ship along the corridor while monitoring the Council fleet's responses. "Captain, their ships are struggling. Energy output is failing in multiple vessels. They're recalculating, but every adjustment leads them deeper into the trap." Elena's voice was calm yet commanding. "Excellent. Keep the pressure steady. No reckless maneuvers. Let them exhaust themselves. Our network is ready to respond if they attempt a direct attack." Callan's holographic form added, "Now is the moment to demonstrate the human spirit. Every action, every decision, reflects centuries of survival, adaptation, and ingenuity. You are showing the Council what it means to underestimate humanity." The Council fleet attempted to regroup, but the energy nets held them in place. Stealth vessels from distant human enclaves flanked them, moving undetected. The Council officers realized too late that the humans they believed extinct were not only alive, but fully capable of defending themselves with precision, strategy, and foresight. Elena looked at her crew. "Remember, humans survive not by fear but by intelligence. Every Council ship immobilized is a reminder. We are human. We endure, we adapt, we prevail." Lyra Chen nodded, her fingers flying across the console. "They're trying to escape, but the network covers every route. There's no way out without confrontation or surrender." Ryan Cale allowed himself a grin. "They underestimated us again. Humanity is showing its resilience in full force." The Aurora's Pride continued to guide the Council fleet through the corridor, energy nets shimmering in place, stealth vessels maintaining perfect alignment. The Council's calculations, based on outdated assumptions, were useless against humans who thought beyond conventional limitations. Callan's voice echoed across the communications feed. "Captain Voss, crew of the Aurora's Pride, this is humanity's first statement to the galaxy. We are not gone. We survive because we think, we plan, and we adapt. The Council must recognize the human spirit, and the galaxy will follow our lead." Elena's eyes shone with pride and determination. "Prepare for the final coordination phase. We will immobilize the fleet completely, but without destruction. The message must be clear. Humans endure, we are intelligent, and we act strategically. The galaxy will see our return, not as conquerors but as survivors and innovators. The crew of the Aurora's Pride worked seamlessly with the hidden network. Holographic maps pulsed, energy beams extended, and stealth vessels maneuvered with flawless precision. The Council fleet, once confident and dominant, was now immobilized, its officers forced to witness the truth. Humans had returned. Humans had endured. Humans had outsmarted an entire fleet without firing a single shot directly. Elena took a deep breath, her heart swelling with pride. This is only the beginning. Humanity will rise not through recklessness but through intelligence, courage, and unity. Today the Council learns what humans are capable of. Tomorrow the galaxy will remember. Callan's voice, calm and commanding, filled the bridge one final time. The Council has witnessed our capabilities, but humanity's journey is just beginning. This engagement proves one thing: we survive, we adapt, and when underestimated, we rise. The Aurora's Pride turned away from the immobilized Council fleet, leading the way toward the hidden enclave. The stars shimmered outside the viewport, reflecting the hope, intelligence, and resilience that defined humanity. The crew understood the truth of their situation. The Council had been wrong. Humanity was alive, resourceful, and unstoppable when united. Elena's gaze swept across the bridge. Humans endure, humans rise, and nothing, not the Council, not fear, not doubt, can erase that. As the Aurora's Pride returned to the hidden network, the crew felt a sense of triumph unlike any other. Humanity had proven itself against impossible odds. They had survived, they had outsmarted an entire fleet, and they had made the first move in a game the galaxy had thought humans could never play. And somewhere beyond the stars, hidden enclaves watched, systems prepared, and humans everywhere stood ready. The Council had been wrong. Humanity was not gone. Humanity endured, and humanity would rise. The Council fleet moved closer to the coordinates of the hidden human enclave. Their ships, sleek and angular, cut through the void like predatory shadows. The Council commanders believed humanity was extinct, yet the very presence of the Aurora's Pride shattered that illusion. Every captain, every officer, every crew member on the Council ships had underestimated the human spirit, and the consequences would soon follow. Captain Elena Voss stood on the bridge of the Aurora's Pride, her eyes fixed on the holographic display of incoming Council vessels. Around her, the crew moved with calm precision, ready to execute a plan that had been prepared across hidden human networks for decades. This was more than a skirmish. It was the first step in humanity's return. "Captain," Lieutenant Ryan Cale said, voice steady, "the Council fleet is entering the intercept corridor. They expect no resistance. Our sensors indicate minimal shielding adjustments on their part. They are confident." Too confident? Elena's lips curved in a slight smile. Good. Overconfidence is always a weakness. Prepare the diversion protocols. Activate stealth drones. Let's show them how humans survive against impossible odds. The Aurora's Pride slipped silently toward the center of the intercept corridor. From the hidden network, energy beams pulsed along magnetic conduits, guiding the ship with perfect precision. The crew deployed drones in synchronized patterns, each projecting holographic decoys of the human vessel, confusing the Council sensors. Callan's voice came through the comms, calm and commanding. "Humans of the Aurora's Pride, remember, we act with intelligence, not recklessness. Engage only when necessary. Distract, delay, and observe. Every Council calculation is based on assumption. Assumption we will exploit." Lyra Chen, navigating the vessel, adjusted their trajectory. Drones deployed. They're tracking false signatures. The Council sensors are malfunctioning. They can't tell which ship is real. Ryan Cale leaned over his console, analyzing the Council fleet's response. They're trying to recalibrate, but every attempt leads them further into the diversion. They don't know it yet, but they've fallen into our plan. Elena clenched her fists. That's human ingenuity at work. Let's make it count. At that moment, the Council fleet realized the diversion too late. Their ships fired blindly at holographic decoys, wasting energy and ammunition. The Aurora's Pride moved with speed and precision, evading fire while transmitting encrypted coordinates back to the hidden network. Every human enclave received the signals and activated synchronized defenses, shields, and countermeasures. Callan's voice, calm yet filled with authority, echoed in the bridge. Prepare the next phase. Deploy the energy nets. Guide the Council into containment. The crew of the Aurora's Pride watched as shimmering energy nets unfolded across the corridor, invisible to the Council sensors until it was too late. Ships became ensnared in fields of controlled energy, immobilized without destruction. The Council officers panicked, their confidence shattered as the hidden humans demonstrated precision, control, and intelligence far beyond their predictions. Elena's voice rang out, strong and clear. Council of the Galaxy, humanity is not gone. We are here. We endure. We think. We adapt. We survive. You underestimated us, and you will not do so again. On the Council flagship, officers scrambled in disbelief. Impossible. They should be extinct. Every record, every report. It is all wrong. Back on the Aurora's Pride, Lieutenant Kale allowed himself a small smile. They're learning the hard way, Captain. This is why humans endure. Elena turned to the crew. This is only the beginning. The Council will now know humanity exists, but they do not yet know our full strength. We've bought time, but the next steps must be strategic. Callan appeared on the bridge hologram, his presence calm, yet commanding. Captain Voss, your performance is exemplary. The Council fleet is immobilized, giving us the opportunity to reveal ourselves in stages. Humanity will emerge gradually, showing capability, intelligence, and unity without triggering panic. The galaxy will learn to respect us, not fear us, but respect our ingenuity and resilience. Lyra leaned forward, eyes wide with excitement. So the plan is to show the Council, but not all at once? That's brilliant. We're teaching them to respect humans by demonstrating intelligence first, not just firepower. Callan nodded. Exactly. Humanity survives not only by strength, but by foresight, cooperation, and adaptation. This is the lesson the Council must learn. Suddenly, sensors detected Council reinforcements arriving from other sectors. They had realized something was amiss, but it was too late to correct their assumptions. The hidden network, guided by Callan and the crew, began transmitting coordinated instructions to all enclaves. Stealth ships appeared, energy shields activated, and defensive maneuvers synchronized across star systems. Elena felt a surge of pride. We're not alone. Humans everywhere are rising with us. This is what HFY is about. Intelligence, courage, and unity. We endure because we are humans. The Council fleet, now partially immobilized and under observation, attempted to recalibrate. Their officers whispered frantic calculations. How could a supposedly extinct species orchestrate this? How do they communicate across light years with such precision? Callan's voice rang clear across all communication channels. We communicate with logic, observation, and ingenuity. Humanity adapts. Humanity survives. And humanity will always rise when underestimated. Elena stood tall, feeling the weight of responsibility. Prepare the next message for the Council. Clear, strong, and undeniable. They must know we are not gone. We are present. We are united. And we are capable of extraordinary things. The crew transmitted the message. Across Council systems, displays lit up with human intelligence, innovations, and coordination. The galaxy, long misled by false assumptions, finally saw the truth. Humans were alive, thriving, and fully capable of influencing the course of interstellar events. On the Aurora's Pride, the crew allowed themselves a moment to breathe. The Council fleet remained immobilized, the hidden human network fully active, and humanity had once again proven itself against impossible odds. Elena turned to her crew. We've done well, but this is just the beginning. Humanity has been underestimated for centuries. We've proven we survive. Next, we must show that we can lead, protect, and inspire. Not through domination, but through intelligence, courage, and cooperation. That is the essence of humanity. Lyra smiled. And now the galaxy can see it. Humans are back, Ryan Kale added. And they'll remember why humans endure, Captain. They underestimated us once. They will not do so again. Callan's voice echoed one final time. Captain Voss, crew of the Aurora's Pride. The Council has witnessed humanity's presence, and soon the galaxy will witness our capabilities. Today marks the beginning of a new era. Humans are not gone. Humans endure. And humans will continue to rise. Elena felt the familiar spark that had guided humanity through centuries of adversity, the spark of intelligence, courage, and unwavering resilience. She turned to her crew. Let's return home and prepare. Humanity has returned to the galaxy, and our story is just beginning. The stars shimmered outside the viewport. Beyond the void, Hidden enclaves stirred, their people watching, waiting, and preparing for the next stage of humanity's return. The Council had been wrong. Humanity was not gone. Humanity was here, stronger than ever, ready to reclaim its place among the stars. And in that moment, Captain Elena Voss knew that no challenge, no council, and no obstacle could ever erase the human spirit. Humanity had survived. Humanity had endured, and humanity would rise.